Last Saturday, we headed into the park for the first time, and we headed north towards Mammoth Hot Springs. It's actually a pretty long drive, 50 plus miles from where we're living. Now you may be thinking, 50 miles? Okay, so less than an hour. Well, not exactly. Turns out there's quite a few rubberneckers here in Yellowstone, myself included. It's pretty much a guarantee that you'll hit at least 1 or 2 traffic jams each day in the park, if not more. It's just inevitable with all the cool stuff to look at. While driving around the park, we've seen all sorts of wildlife. Bison, elk, wolves, deer, and giraffe. Well, maybe not giraffe. Traffic in Yellowstone is different than other traffic I've experienced. Here in Yellowstone, when we hit a slowdown, I just relax and enjoy the beauty around me. Well, at least for the first 30 minutes or so. Then I start to wonder, what's causing all this traffic? Now, at first we were really impressed when we saw a single bison. Then you see a herd of bison and the bar is raised. Now, after about the 5th or 6th slowdown, you really start hoping for something over-the-top cool. So to pass the time, I start analyzing the faces of people in the oncoming vehicles who just saw whatever was causing the delay. And then, based on their facial expressions, I try to guess what's ahead of us. Yeah, that girl just saw a bison. That guy just saw a bear. Oh, that guy just saw a bear fighting a bison. Wouldn't that be awesome? Just for the record, I'm not very good at these predictions. Yet, anyway. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, we weren't always relaxed in traffic.
That's it. Go! Oh my word.
Tell me how you feel.
An hour and a half for one buffalo.
Especially when someone needs to use the little ladies' room. FYI, there's pretty much 0 cell coverage in the park. So if you use a streaming music service like Pandora, well, you're out of luck. Pro tip, have some music on your phone before heading into the park. When we first arrived in the Mammoth Hot Springs area, we saw a herd of elk just chilling on the lawn. Here's a question for you. Have you ever seen a grown man ride a full-grown elk wearing flip-flops? Well, that's what you'd be watching right now if it weren't for the 2 park rangers keeping me from those elk. Darn rangers. Since I wasn't able to ride the elk, we decided to go check out the Mammoth Hot Springs. They were pretty amazing. After Mammoth, we started heading south towards home, and stopped off at Norris Geyser Basin area, an area considered by many to be the hottest geyser basin in Yellowstone. A long time ago, the Carnegie Institute drilled wells in this basin to check the temperatures. One test hole was abandoned at 265 feet when the temperature reached 401 degrees Fahrenheit, and the steam pressure threatened to destroy the rig. Yep, that's pretty cool. Or hot, I guess. They say that underneath Yellowstone is a supervolcano, which basically means a volcano that has at some point erupted with material deposits of more than 240 cubic miles. Just for perspective, that's enough material to fill Lake Erie twice. It's a live volcano, so it could erupt again, but don't let that little fact scare you away from Yellowstone. The truth is, if Yellowstone erupts, pretty much all of us in North America are screwed. You know, nuclear winter, global cool down. So go on, enjoy Yellowstone while you can. The next day the kids were beat, so Valley and I let them rest for the day and we headed back into the park. We did a bit more rubbernecking and even stopped on occasion to check things out. And by the way, I wasn't driving during this maneuver. Today we headed over to the Grand Canyon. Well, not the one you're thinking of. I'm talking about Yellowstone's Grand Canyon. We decided to check out Uncle Tom's Trail, and we were not disappointed. Though there were 300 plus steps down to the viewing point, it was well worth it. It was just an amazing view. You've got to check this out at some point. Of course, the 300 plus steps was a lot more painful on the way up, but again, totally worth it. Have you ever had one of those dear friends that acted on your silly, off-the-cuff comment? You know, when you were really young, you would say something like, "We should totally jump this creek with our bikes," knowing that jumping the creek was far too dangerous. Then you turn around just in time to see your friend attempting to jump the creek. Well, meet my wife. Yep, I married one of those people. I don't think you should sit on that, Valley. No, seriously. I don't think that's wise. No! You better cut it out. No! So here's the backstory. I told Valley, why don't you pretend like you're going to sit on that tree stump that's jutting off the cliff? I figured this would provide a good thrill or scare for both our moms, who are a bit scared of heights. Well, I don't know if you noticed it in my voice. Valley one-upped me. I was actually a bit frightened she was going to do it. Turkey. Monday was a holiday and I didn't need to work, so we headed back into the park with the kids. This time we headed south, towards Old Faithful. Now, parking at attractions can be challenging at times. In fact, so much of a challenge that other visitors might actually speed past you in the parking lot and steal the next open spot that was yours. Pro tip, it turns out wailing on your car's horn for many consecutive seconds isn't a very effective tool for righting that wrong. I've personally tested this with 0 success. However, it does feel good in the moment. Sorry about that, kids. When we actually did find a spot, we saw some incredible things. It feels like we've already done so much, but in reality, we've barely scratched the surface of Yellowstone. Luckily, we're here for 3 whole weeks. So we'll head back out next weekend and see what we can see.